Hello yogis, namaste. Welcome to your Pitta Pacifying Yoga Flow. Before we dive into today's practice, I just wanted to show you up close next to the camera what our mudra looks like. It's called Hridaya Mudra, also known as Heart Mudra. And we begin by bringing our index finger to the root of the thumb. Our middle and ring finger come to the edge of the thumb. Our pinky just sticks right out. So we'll do that with both hands. And then you can bring your hands together to make it look like a heart, or you can just keep them open however you want. So that is what our mudra is going to look like. But a little bit more about our Pitta dosha. If you don't know, a dosha is an elemental constitution within the body. We all have three doshas: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Our Pitta dosha is the elements water and fire. Your Pitta dosha, you'll notice that it's out of balance if you have too much fire in your body, an aggravated Pitta. So this will manifest as redness in your skin, acne, heartburn, indigestion. So your inner fire, your inner agony getting out of balance. What else is a sign? Oh, irritation, getting angry, being hot-headed. These are all indications that we have too much Pitta, too much fire in our systems. So in order to pacify that and cool ourselves down, we can do cooling pranayama, we can wear cooling colors, and we can simply just slow down, be present, and take a couple deep breaths, letting ourselves cool down and calm down. So we'll start off today's practice in a comfortable seated position, finding that Hridaya Mudra. And we're going to close our eyes, settling in, simply arriving into today's practice. We begin to extend each inhale and exhale a little bit deeper. Not judging ourselves, not changing the breath just yet. Simply noticing. These next few breaths, we'll breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just like this, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really blowing, having a nice round O as you blow out. And as we continue to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, what we're doing is activating our parasympathetic nervous system, telling your body it's okay to calm down. This is also a cooling breath. We'll come back to a regular pranayama. Noticing the cool air as it rushes in and as it leaves. You can use this moment to set an intention or sankalpa for today's practice. Asking yourselves, what energy do I want to give my inner light to? Our next inhale, arms come overhead, palms meet. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, little back bend. Inhale back up. Exhale, releasing your hands back down to the mat. And with our fingertips connected to the cool earth below, we'll start rolling our neck from side to side. And just finding those feel-good movements. And come back to center, taking a deep breath here. Whenever you're ready, we'll gently release out of our Sukhasana, making our way to a tabletop position, hands and knees, where we'll start to warm up the spine with Marijanasana, cat-cow. Inhale, dropping the belly for cow pose, gazing up. Exhale, arching the back, tucking your chin under for cat pose. And just moving with your own breath cycle here. Moving with the flow of your own body. Coming back to a neutral tabletop, take a deep breath in. Exhale, sending your hips back, reaching forward, Balasana, child's pose. Once we're here, your heart and belly are melting into the earth, surrendering into the flow of love and your practice. Deep breaths here. Walking our hands over to the left side of the mat, we send our breath to the right side body as we open up through the right rib cage. Staying connected to your breath. We'll come back to center for a deep breath here. And walking our hands to the right side of the mat, we send our breath to the left side body as we open up through the left rib cage. We'll come back to center. One more deep breath here. Our next inhale will gently rise back up to tabletop, moving through cat-cow, or finding any organic movement that feels good for you. Maybe this is hip side to side. Maybe it's going back and forth between Balasana and up dog. Really tune into what your body needs today. Coming back to a neutral tabletop. We'll inhale, right hand into the sky, rolling out the wrist, opening up through the front of the shoulder. Exhale, right hand sails across the chest, left hand reaches forward for thread the needle. This is a beautiful place to stay, but if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, maybe that left hand reaches behind the small of the back, or feel free to take on whatever variation is calling to you. Deep breaths here. Releasing that right hand next to the shoulder. Sorry, your left hand next to the shoulder. We'll push ourselves back up to a tabletop, moving through cat-cow, finding that organic movement. And really allowing your body time to make each move. Not rushing ourselves, really enjoying each deep breath. Whenever you're ready, we'll come back to a neutral tabletop. Inhale, left hand comes into the sky, rolling out the wrist, opening up through the front of the shoulder. Exhale, left hand sails across the chest, right hand reaches forward, finding thread the needle on the other side. Feel free to take on whatever variation is calling to you. Deep breaths here. Releasing your right hand next to the shoulder. We'll use that to push ourselves back up to tabletop, moving through cat-cow, finding that organic movement. And from here, we're going to step our right foot out to the side. And we'll start rocking back and forth as we start tuning in to the hips and hamstrings. These movements can be as big or as small. It can be as slow as you need. Listen to your body. Whenever you're ready, we'll start walking our hands in towards the body. We'll inhale, rising all the way up to gate pose, hands meet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, side bend to the right towards your straightened leg. Deep breath here. Our next inhale will rise back up. Exhale, palms melt through, heart center, back down to the mat. Right leg comes back in, and we'll take a breath for cat-cow, organic movement. Coming back to our neutral tabletop, our left leg steps out to the side, and we start rocking back and forth as we tune into those hips and hamstrings. Once again, finding that feel-good movement, that feel-good pace. Whenever you're ready, we'll start walking our hands in towards the body. Inhale, rising up, palms meet, gate pose. Exhale, side bend to the left towards your straightened leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, palms melt through, heart center back down to the mat. We'll walk it back out, finding our way to a tabletop. From here, we'll continue moving through cat-cow, taking a deep breath here. Coming back to a neutral tabletop, we're going to go through a moon salute variation. Tucking the toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips come into the air, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. It's our first down dog of the practice, so feel free to pedal out your knees, move your hips, take whatever you need. Our next inhale, we're rounding the spine forward, hips drop as we push ourselves to an upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, sending your hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Deep breath here. We'll inhale, rising back up to tabletop, tucking the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips in the air, downward facing dog. Moving your hips, moving your knees, whatever you need. We'll walk our feet towards our hands, grabbing either elbow, putting a good bend in the knee, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Once we're here, we can nod the head yes, shake it no. Really help that spine to release. We'll inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, let it fall, Uttanasana. Deep breath here. Our next inhale will rise on up to Dasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale, back up. Exhale, palms melt through, heart centered down to the mat. Forward fold. We'll inhale to a halfway lift, hands on the mat. And from here, we can either find a toe stand or Malasana Yogi squat. So if we're gonna do toe stand, we'll just come on down onto our tiptoes, finding that balance. Otherwise, we can be rooted down in the feet. Finding your yogi squat. So we'll find a version of this pose that feels best for you. Deep breath here. Bringing our hands down to the mat, we'll find our way to tabletop. And as you're ready, we'll step our left foot forward, finding a low lunge. Sending your breath to the hips. We're finding that edge of balance, of comfort and stretch. Deep breaths here. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, palms melt through, heart center back down to the mat. We'll gently release out of low lunge, finding our way back to tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sending the hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Deep breath here. Our next inhale, we'll rise back up to tabletop. This time our right foot steps forward, finding our way into low lunge, Anjaneyasana, on this side. As you're ready to rise on up, finding the edge of comfort and stretch, finding that balance. Deep breath here. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, palms melt through, heart center back down to the mat. We'll release out of our low lunge, finding our way back to tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sending your hips back, Balasana, child's pose, reaching forward. Deep breath here. Our next inhale, we'll round the spine forward, pushing ourselves up to an upward facing dog. And from here, we're gonna squeeze our elbows in towards the rib cage. Exhale, gently lowering ourselves down to the mat, finding a cobra pose. We'll release our forehead all the way down to the mat. And with our elbows squeezed in, activating the triceps, we inhale, rising up to cobra. Exhale, releasing back down to the mat, slowly and with control. We'll do this cobra breath 3 more times, moving at your own pace. Inhale. After your 3 cobra breaths, our next inhale, we're gonna rise on up. Feet rise, arms reach out ahead. We're finding a locust pose, sending your breath to that lower back, activating the core. Deep breaths here. Exhale, we'll release back down to the mat, taking a breath. Our next inhale, we rise back up to locust. Take a breath here. This is a beautiful place to stay, but if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, we can bend those back legs, reaching behind you, finding your floor bow. Finding the version of this pose that feels best on your body. Deep breath here. Exhale, we'll gently release back down to the mat. We'll push ourselves back up to an upward facing dog. Exhale, send the hips back, reaching forward. Balasana, child's pose. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Our next inhale, we gently rise back up. And from here, we can release to a comfortable seated position on our sit bones, sending our legs straight out in front of us for Dandasana, staff pose. Once we're here, we can swoosh out our feet, roll them from side to side, flex and point the toes. We'll inhale, arms come overhead, tall spine. Exhale, reaching for your feet, letting your head hang, putting a good bend in your knee. We're thinking more about our chest melting into our thigh than we're worried about having perfectly straight legs here. Sending your breath to wherever you're holding on to tension. Our next inhale, we'll gently rise back up, taking a breath in Dandasana. We'll bring our right foot to the inner left thigh. Our left leg is straight out ahead. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, reaching for your left foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. Our next inhale, we're gently rising back up, taking a breath here. We'll cross our right foot over the left thigh, take a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting to the right, finding Lord of the Fishes pose. Deep breath here. We'll inhale, coming back to center. And from here, we'll bend that left leg, finding a seated supine figure 4. Once we're here, we can roll out that ankle. We'll gently rock the legs from side to side. And just finding those feel-good movements. Coming back to center, uncrossing the legs. We'll straighten it out to Dandasana. Taking a breath here. As you're ready, our left foot comes to the inner right thigh. Inhale, arms come overhead, tall spine. Exhale, reaching for your foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. Next inhale, we'll gently rise back up, taking a breath here. Crossing our left foot over the right thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting to your left, finding Lord of the Fishes. Staying connected to your breath. We'll inhale back to center. Bending that right leg. We're finding ourselves into a seated figure 4, leaning back. Rolling out that ankle. Swooshing our legs from side to side. And just finding those feel-good movements. As you're ready, we'll come back to center, uncross the legs, straighten it out to Dandasana, taking a breath here. And as you're ready, we'll come back to center, soles of the feet together in Bandha Konasana, butterfly pose. Once we're here, we can close the eyes, placing your hands on the feet, the belly, the heart, wherever feels best. Coming back to this present moment, coming back to your breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. A couple more times just like this, in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, really letting yourself relax into the exhale. Deep breath in through the nostrils. Exhale, release. Beautiful. We'll take one more deep breath here in butterfly pose. Whenever you're ready, we'll gently lower our upper body down to the mat, finding our way into a reclined butterfly. Hands are on the belly, the chest, or wherever they feel best. We're letting our hips, our shoulders, our whole spine to relax. Noticing if you're holding on to tension. Releasing the jaw. Relaxing the eyebrows. Bringing a little smile to your face. Knowing that it's okay to be right here, right now. You're safe in this stillness. There is peace in this present moment. And this oneness with this awareness, it's never further away than your next deep breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose, blowing it out through the mouth. A few more times just like this. Really taking your time getting there with each inhale and exhale. Releasing a little bit deeper. Coming back to your regular steady breath. Our next inhale brings the knees together. From here, we'll bring our heels and hands next to the hips. We're getting ready for bridge pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hips come into the air. Option to clasp your hands behind the back in bridge. Take a deep belly breath here. Exhale, we'll gently release our hips back down to the mat. And we'll cross our left leg over the right thigh. As you're ready, right leg raises on into the sky, grabbing your thigh or calf for a supine figure 4. That right leg can either be straight or bent, finding the version of this pose that feels best on your body. Deep breaths here. Releasing that right leg back down to the mat. We'll take a breath to switch it out, crossing our right over left. And as you're ready, left leg comes into the sky, grabbing your thigh or calf for supine figure 4 on the other side. Deep breaths here. Gently releasing your left leg back down to the mat. We'll uncross the legs, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hugging your knees, give yourself some love. Releasing your head back down to the mat, take a deep breath in. Exhale, both knees sail to the right, upper body twists to the left, finding a supine twist. Deep breaths here. Our next inhale, we'll gently come back to center. Exhale, hugging your knees to align the spine. Releasing your head, take a deep breath in. Exhale, knees sail to the left, upper body twists to the right for a supine twist on the other side. Deep breaths here. We'll inhale back to center. Exhale, hug the knees one last time. Give yourself so much love. We'll release by grabbing the outer edges of the feet, finding Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Once we're here, we can rock from side to side. Maybe straighten one leg and then the other. Really enjoying these last few movements before finding our way to our final Savasana, corpse pose. Palms facing up, eyes are closed. Focus returns to the breath. And as we continue to breathe, bringing to your mind's eye a beautiful lake in the most beautiful part of nature, and its cool blue tones as it's illuminated by the full moon above. Feeling the wind as it moves across your face, hearing the ripples of the water, feeling the earth beneath you, connected to the fire within. Know that you can come back to this cool, jeweled lake anytime you need. This can be your healing space. Never more than one deep breath away. You can feel free to stay here as long as you need. But whenever you're ready, we'll start to wake the body back up by wiggling the fingers and the toes, inviting in some organic movement. We'll gently roll to the side, supporting your head with your arms, taking a deep breath here. And as you're ready, we'll gently push ourselves back up to a comfortable seated position where we'll meet in Sukhasana. Hands at heart center, sealing in all of the good energy from today's practice. And as we step off the mat, may we carry this cooling, peaceful energy with us. May our actions come from a place of presence, stillness, and grace. With so much gratitude, the light, love, and divinity in me honors the light, love, and divinity in each of you. Thumbs come to our third eye, we bow. Namaste.